It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and other comics from all over. We came to Japan because we were dreaming of a white tofu Christmas. The Talk Funny podcast from NagoyaRadio.com and Nagoya Comedy. Here's Mark Bailey.
Mark Bailey and Tim Lennane here with Talk Funny.
Hey.
So, Tim, we were talking before. We need to actually, this is not funny, but it's something foreigners in Japan that are working need to know. Basically, if you work, you are owed about $10,000 if you qualify.
Yeah, well, it's called the freelance stimulus package. Right. And essentially, if you're working part-time or contract work everywhere, which is most every English teacher, you can actually apply to something called the freelance stimulus package if you can prove you lost $1,000 because per month or a couple months during the COVID crisis, starting from if you can prove you lost money during the coronavirus, starting from February, you can actually apply for this discount. And essentially, all you need is your bank book, your income tax
returns, proof that you paid income tax here.
Yeah. Prove that you paid income tax here and your bank account, and you can show that you actually lost money as opposed to how much money you made during the year. You can actually earn up to close to $1,000 up to $10,000 per month.
Right.
Okay. Now the idea is that even if you didn't make $1,000, if you lost $500 per month, you can still get that, and that still adds up to gojuman-en, which is $5,000. So you may want to take a look at this place and get into the freelance stimulus package. It is essentially you're not an employee, you're not a seishai in anywhere, and you are a freelancer, and that would be jizuka-kyufu.go.jp or jizuka-kyufu.go.jp.
That's right. Yeah. So JIZO again KUKA hyphen dash hyphen or dash Kyufu, which means relief. KYUFU.go.jp. I can't think of any foreigner who has not been impacted. Just if you think you haven't, look at last year's bank book.
Yeah.
And look at this year's bank book. Lower. This year's lower.
Well, I know that I've lost literally 3 corporate jobs, and that adds up to close to gojuman-en, which is about $1,500 per month. I haven't got that money back, and this is exactly what this stimulus package is for, to actually replace that and help you reinvigorate the economy.
And as this is airing, I think it's going to be less than a week to get this done, so you need to get on this as soon as possible, because Japanese people, even my Japanese accountant, as I mentioned before, they're not going to help you. They actually don't want you to get this money. But this money is yours, and I don't see how you could survive. $10,000 would help a lot.
Yes, I mean, really, feed your kids, pay back your nankin that you probably owe on, this kind of stuff.
Visit the states that you haven't been able to go to for a year and a half, for your dad who needs help. He needs you to visit. Your family needs to see you.
And the truth is that this money is there, so don't, you get your Japanese friends to help you. Go online. Go through the steps, because even if you do get a kind of a bad reaction, if you get people asking for more documents, they have offices here in Sakai where you can go down there and actually talk to representatives that are doing this relief package, and they'll guide you through the system.
If you live in Toyohashi, Nagoya, Osaka, or Tokyo, or Fukuoka, they all have something called Kokusai Senta. It's the international center. And you can go to each of those, and they're paid by the city, and their job is to help you translate documents, prepare documents, and it's a lot cheaper than a lawyer, because free is free cheaper than a lawyer?
Free is cheaper and better.
Because you already paid for it with your tax dollars, your tax yen.
Yeah.
Your tax yen.
Yeah, anywhen, so again, one more time, I'm going to go give you the website one more time.
Slowly.
JIZOKUKA-KYUFU.go.jp. That is the website. Good luck. I'm going to try to collect my own money.
We were trying to put the FU into the JP. FUJP. No, but some of the, even my wife goes, well, really, do you need that? Well, no, but you need the money. You need it.
I need it.
I told her, actually, I'm not going to apply for it because she's going to want a piece of that. But here's something serious, actually. A friend of mine who doesn't speak a lick of Japanese and lost all of her work because she was completely contract. She was a narrator, and she got a Japanese person to help her, and a Japanese person didn't want to help her. And I said, give her 5% commission, whatever you get. Promise her that. And it turned out to be quite a lot. So it's goman-en she got just for helping her fill out the forms. You might want to do that. Get someone and promise them, 2%. Well, it's nothing. They're just filling out forms. It takes them a couple hours. just to fill it out. They get a percentage of what you get reimbursed for. Otherwise, you get nothing. And Japanese are quite happy with you getting nothing.
Yeah, and again, it's up to $10,000. It doesn't mean $10,000. But if you lost money during the COVID coronavirus problem, you might as well go get this stimulus package too, because anybody who's paying their own pension and their own health insurance qualifies for this.
It's funny because finally the chickens have come home to roost because we've been double taxed. For those of us from the U.S., we have to report our taxes.
That's right.
To the U.S. You have a threshold, so generally I don't have to pay if it's under a certain amount. In Japan, I am paying taxes. I'm also paying payroll taxes. And, it's like we're double taxed, and that's generally a reason for revolution in most countries. But finally now we get payback because we get double reimbursement. Show me the money. Yeah, so good luck, guys. That was not supposed to be funny. We really want you to get the money.
Yeah, right.
Are you a patron of Uber Eats? Because during this shutdown, I ordered it a lot, sometimes daily.
Actually, no, I do not use Uber Eats too much. However, I have a couple of friends who are Uber Eats deliverers, bicycle guys.
Okay, so that's the end of the segment then. You have friends. I was going to rant. No, we're back to this theme of xenophobia.
Yeah, that's right.
Within Uber Eats. Now, we have some foreign guys that do Uber Eats. Seems to be a lot of xenophobe Japanese deliverers. And I'll give you an example. So we're up on the third floor, and it's auto lock. So you have to push the number. I open the sensor, and then you walk through the door. Come up to the third floor, the elevator. Okay, there's probably 10 suites on the floor. I'm the only guy standing outside my door. Okay, and I'm the one that lets you in, by the way.
Yeah.
So they walk out, and I'm to the left. They look straight, and they look around, and they look at me, and they look around again, and I go, "Yeah, onegaishimasu." I raise my hand. They walk over, and they're looking at the plate. Is that the right number? And I said, "Why do you think I'm standing out here? Do you think I stand out here all day?"
You're trying to get them food from
Trying to get free food. First, you tried to get free relief that were intended for Japanese only.
It's not free. You already pay the taxes.
And now you're trying to get free food that you paid for with your credit card.
Yeah, you paid for the food. It's not free.
And you're the guy that let me in. But now I'm going to give you the one over. I'm going to give you the 1,000 questions. So he looks in, and I said onegaishimasu. I'm the guy that let you in. Why do you think I let you in? Anyone else here? And he's looking around. Anyone else that I could give this food to? And this happens on a regular basis. This has happened with every new Japanese guy that delivers.
That's so funny.
And then he goes, "Well, can I take a picture of you holding the food?" And I said, "Why don't you take a picture of me giving you the bird?" I said, "Listen, if you take a picture of the food, I'm going to put the bird in front of it, okay? I already paid for this, you MFer, right?" So I tell them in Japanese, I said, "You saw me, right? You saw me standing outside." I said, "Look, I'm trying to make your job easier. So, you press the number, and then you go to that third floor, and then you look around, and you see one guy standing outside his door. Yeah. Everybody's not standing outside the door. Why do you think I'm doing that? Do you think I don't live here? I'm standing what a coincidence, I'm standing next to the number of the door that you are looking for. What are the odds? How would I know that?
Wait a minute.
Did I hack into Uber Eats, and I killed the guy that lived here just to get 2 tacos? From Midtown Diner, which we love.
We do love it.
But I love their tacos. Beef tacos. Amazing.
I think what's going on, I think you got to go back to the original reason why you're here. Not the reason why you're here, but the idea that it does not compute. They're on tilt. It's that they're supposed to just go to the door and ring the bell. That you're screwing with them by standing outside your door. Therefore, it's something wrong. It's not in the usual normal pattern. Therefore, it's completely alien. They've gone entirely off the rails. Whereas they couldn't make the logical connection that somebody's actually here waiting for me, and that they might actually be the person who wanted the food. No, somebody's waiting for me. He's gonna rob me, or no, stop that. Just make the connection. But no, they don't do that lateral.
No,
thinking.
there's no adaptability. It's kind of like if I told this story before in New York. I told it on stage. This actually happened. There's an office. Dustin Hoffman had an office in L.A., and I was supposed to meet him. And he said, "Contact my receptionist Sherry, and she will send you up." I had to do an interview with him. I walk in, and he didn't tell me Sherry was pregnant. She happened to actually give birth that day. I didn't know this at the time. I walk in, and Dustin Hoffman is sitting at her desk. So this Sherry, wow, she's really let herself go. He goes, "Hi, may I help you?" And I said, "I'm here to see Sherry." He goes, "Why are you here to see Sherry?" I was told to ask Sherry for Dustin Hoffman. He goes, "Well, who are you?" I said, I'm Mark. I'm supposed to do an interview piece with you for a newspaper." And he said, "Well, you want to see Dustin Hoffman?" I said, "Yeah, you look like him." He goes, "I am. Hi, I'm Sherry." That's what he did. He shook my hand and he goes, "Hi, I'm Sherry." And this was near Tootsie, so it's really funny.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny, man.
And I walked in. I'm here to meet Sherry. But actually, I'm here to meet Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
And I just met him. But no, my brain tells me meet Sherry first.
It's
This is weird.
It's not the pattern. It's not the acceptable pattern.
Yeah.
Therefore, you've gone. You get this brain stop. It's like, well, no, it's not what I'm expecting. Therefore, you just deny it.
I think you're right. I think I'd just wait for them to ring. But that's 2 bells they ring now. Then they come up.
I know
and
that,
they
but
ring.
that's what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're supposed to do.
But we had this thing with leave the food. So that's probably, there's another option with Uber Eats, which I always checked was leave the food. That's probably the problem.
Yeah, because you know what?
You're supposed to leave it.
Because, leave it. They can't hand it to somebody.
Yeah.
They have to leave it. So because
You can't leave it in my hands.
No, absolutely not.
You're still leaving it.
You have to
You're
leave.
still
That's not
leaving
leaving it. That's not leaving. That's letting some stranger take your food. That couldn't be. It might be somebody else.
I gave it. I didn't leave it. I gave it to this guy.
That sounds so Japanese.
This homeless guy.
Yeah, dude, he's hanging
who
out.
happens to know the code to get into the building and knew the room I was going to deliver to one of the odds.
Every time that happens, too, it's weird.
It's a test.
I don't know.
Buddha is testing you.
I think I'd lose my job as an Uber driver because I'd just leave it with the dude who's standing there.
Yeah. You know,
here you go.
I had a joke up on stage one time, and I said, I got fired for working for Uber Eats, ironically. And what I would do is I'd just go to the park with the people's food, eat their food, and then order more at the park, and then take it because then it would be fresh. I got to eat lunch, and I got paid.
Yeah, man, works for me.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm messing with their minds. It's like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to give this food to a guy. It's not supposed to be that easy. You know, I'm a guy that sounds like the guy that let you in when I said, "Hi," and then you said,
that might have been a mistake.
And I said, "Onegaishimasu."
Could have been another person. Could have been another person. You never know.
And the funny thing is, another time it happened, I'm standing outside, and I'm like, oh, God, no. At the same time the guy gets off the elevator, across from me, a lady walks out. So I go in an extra deep voice. When the guy steps off, she's straight ahead. He's going to give her my food, right? And she's a Filipina. She's going to take it. Because, you know, Filipinas... Tim Lennane at yahoo.com.
Yes.
Tim Lennane at yahoo.com.
I need a wife, by the way.
When I date Filipinas,
yes.
when I date a Filipino woman, first thing I ask, how's your family? How's your mom? How's your brother? He doesn't need a house, right? How's the farm? Everybody's good? Okay. Yeah, your family's healthy? Okay, I'll go out with you. Because the first 10 minutes, you know, it's like, you know, but my mother needs money. You know, listen, does your mother need money? Okay, you know what? I'm not buying you dinner.
I'm okay. You know what? Tim Lennane at yahoo.com, please. and you Filipino ladies out there, it's been a while, so yeah, I'm open to suggestion. Okay.
So the lady across from me, she's Filipina. She opens the door exactly when the guy steps off the elevator, and she's straight ahead. I'm to the left, so I go in an extra deep voice, "Onegaishimasu," and he walks up and hands her the food because he thinks she's strange. And I had to walk up and wrangle the food out of her hand.
Fight her for it, man.
Good God.
Put the food down.
Your motto ought to be, "We're Uber Eats, we're xenophobic. Deal with it." All right, that's our show for today. Mark Bailey, Tim Lennane, Nagoya Comedy.